Hey, so in this video, I wanted to talk to you about the benefits of using a VPN when you're gaming. Now, you might see people talking about a VPN stopping DDoS attacks, but the truth is that for most people, this isn't really relevant unless you're like some huge streamer. This is not really going to apply to you. There are a few other things though that a VPN may actually help with. So the first thing would be your ping. Now, ping is the time that it takes for things to travel from your computer to the game and back, in case you don't know. And basically, if you have a lower ping, that means you're connected up to the game much faster, gameplay is going to be much better. And if the ping is high, then you're going to get a really choppy and laggy game, and it's not going to be fun at all. And one of the main things that determines your ping is going to be the distance that you are from the gaming server and also how efficiently you're connected up to the gaming servers. So here's a map of the gaming servers for Modern Warfare and Warzone, right? Now, let's say you were somewhere here in like Central Asia or the Middle East, and you're pretty far from all of the gaming servers. So because of that distance, you might wind up having really bad ping. And sometimes you might even wind up having bad ping, even if you're relatively close to a gaming server, just by the way that your internet service provider is sending your internet connection over to the gaming server. So these are situations where having a VPN like this one over here, ExpressVPN, can really help you out. Because a lot of times what a VPN can do is stabilize that connection. It can make it that the connection going from your computer to the gaming server is more stable. You're not going to have as many spikes in your ping. It might not be going up and down and all over the place. And you can get a much more direct connection straight to the gaming server. So the way to do this would be to find the gaming server that's closest to where you live and then try to connect to the closest VPN server that you can find in your VPN. So for example, let's say I was here in the Middle East, then the closest server to me might be this one in Stockholm, right? So I would go back to my VPN, and in ExpressVPN over here, I would click on this location bar. I'm using Express to demonstrate because it's like my go-to VPN and the one that I tend to use the most. But I'll talk about a few more options as well. And if at any point you want to find out more about them, then I will be sure to have some more useful links in the description below. So I'm just going to go and search over here for Sweden, and let's see what happens. So there we go, Sweden. I can click on this arrow and get a few more options within Sweden, but we don't really care. So I'm just going to click on one. And now I should hopefully be connected up to a server that is closer to this gaming server in Stockholm. And it's really important to make sure that you do this before you start up the game. And now, once you've connected up to the VPN server, go and start up your game, whether it's Warzone or Valorant or whatever game it is, and you should hopefully have better and more stable ping. If you already have good ping, then this probably won't help you. If anything, it might make it worse. But if your ping is pretty bad, then this is a good option to try out and see if it helps you. Now, another reason that you might want to try doing this is for playing in different servers or different regions. For example, in Valorant, they only allow you to play with people that are in the same region as you. So if you wanted to play with a friend and he lives somewhere else in a different area of the world, so for example, if you're in Europe and you have a friend in the US or in North America, you wouldn't be able to play with him on Valorant because you'd be limited to the European region, he'd be limited to the North American region. But if you had a VPN, then you can turn it on and connect up to a North American server. So for example, let me show you this in NordVPN. It's a little bit better to show this kind of thing because of the map interface over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and disconnect from Sweden and over here. So let's say you were in Europe and you wanted to play with a friend who lives in North America. In Valorant, you wouldn't be able to play with him because you'd be limited to the European servers and he'd be limited to the North American server. But if you went into a VPN like Express here at Nord and you connected up first to a server in the US, it doesn't make a difference where, anywhere, and then you made a new account, that new account would automatically be registered as a US account and you would be able to play on those servers. You may not get the best ping because you're physically in Europe and you're going to be playing on the game servers over there. So all that distance might mean that you get worse ping, but you would be able to play with your friends there. And lastly, another reason why you might want to use a VPN when you're gaming is in order to get discounts or access to DLCs that you're not able to find in your country but are available somewhere else. So the way to do this would, again, just make sure that you have the VPN connected before starting up Steam or wherever you're buying your games from or your DLCs. And then in Steam specifically, you would want to go to your settings and then go to the downloads and make sure that this region over here matches wherever you're connecting up to in the VPN. And then ideally you would have a payment method for the country that you're trying to buy from. So if, let's say, I was trying to buy from Australia, I was trying to get a price for something over there, or something was released over there that I want to have access to that I don't have access to where I'm living now, then in order to get that price, then you would need an Australian payment method. If you don't, the other option would be similar to what I said about Valorant. Connect up to wherever you want to in your VPN first, then go and create a new Steam account, and that one should have the prices of wherever you're connected to in the VPN, because now it will be registered to that country. Basically, the common factor here is to just make sure that you're connected up to your VPN wherever you want it to seem as if you're located first, and then go and do whatever you need to do in the game itself. So those are some of the most common things that a VPN will help you with in your gaming experience. Now, in terms of which VPN to use, my two favorites are these, ExpressVPN and NordVPN. I find Express to be very simple and easy to use and quite fast. It's like my go-to VPN, I said before. It's the one that just is really simple to open up and get started using it, and you don't really have to think about it too much. NordVPN is the one that I use for their more advanced settings. There's a lot more going on and a lot more things that you can do with Nord that you can't do with Express. It's a little too much to go into in this video. There's a lot over here, but I will leave a link in the description for a full in-depth review of NordVPN and really for all of these VPNs in case you want to find out more about them. There is another option if you're on a budget, and that would be Surfshark. This is also a really good VPN. It's not necessarily as good as Nord or Express. I've had some more issues with Surfshark in terms of my connection dropping in and out, but it is the cheapest of the three here, and for the money that you're paying, it is a really good value. And in terms of gaming specifically, they have this little thing right here where you can press this and it's going to tell you your ping for all of these VPN locations right here. So you can see the number, that is your ping, that is how fast the connection between you and that server is. So if you're trying to really optimize your ping when you're gaming, this can be a really helpful little feature that you can use in order to try to really get the best ping. So those are my three recommendations overall: Surfshark, NordVPN, and Express. I've tested a lot of VPNs out there, both free and paid, and I can say that these three stand as probably the top ones out there currently on the market right now. And if you want to try any of them out, I'll be sure to have a discount link for you in the description that will save you some money in case you want to try any of them out. They all have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you wanted to test it out and see if it's for you, see if it'll help you, you can download the full VPN and try it out. And if you don't like it, if it's not working, then you can just ask for a refund and get your money back. So that's a really nice little perk. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one.